Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's new makeup releases. We're going to chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced and sneak peeked, and I'm going to let you know how I feel about these things, if I already bought some of these things, and honestly, these are just my favorite videos to do. I have done over 300 episodes. I am just super excited to be doing these each week, and I have some really fun things to talk about. So let's dive in. I did film this look for my member exclusive tutorial. I have a membership here on my channel where you can join in and get some member exclusive videos every month. All the info is always down below, either in the description box or in the button next to the subscription button. And when you join in, you get access to all the things that have been posted before as well. And I have years of member exclusive tutorials, and we're doing this very vampy Valentine's look for this month, and it's going to be live, hopefully, fingers crossed, tomorrow. I am actually, as you're seeing this, I am heading to LA with my bestie. We're going to be attending an event, and I will be vlogging a little bit, and I'm having the member exclusive tutorial live as I am going to LA while I'm in LA. So I will have a vlog on my channel next week as well. I've been vlogging this week actually. It's been super fun. But if you were interested in what I have on my face, I will leave in the pinned comment. I will leave what I have on my face in case you just want to be, if you're nosy. Maybe you're nosy and you want to see what I have on my face. I will leave it down below. And if you want to support my channel a little bit extra and join my membership, thank you so much for supporting my channel. And if you don't, that's totally fine as well. It is absolutely optional and nothing really changes on my channel. If you don't, it's just an added thing. So we should actually scoochie. Do I need to move my chair? I might need to move my chair, but let me scoochie to the side so we can talk about, let's start talking about the reason why I'm going to LA. Let's spill some tea. So last week I showed you the sneak peek of the Glamlite and Betty Boop collection, and now we've seen the entire collection. It is, I'm pretty sure it is launching today as you're watching this, because the launch party, yes, it is launching today, and it will launch in just a couple of hours as this video is going live. You can use my code and you can get some money off if you are interested in this collection or anything else over at Glamlite. I like how this collection looks, but it is nothing like what I expected. Well, there's a red lipstick that I did expect, of course. There are some lashes and a mirror that definitely was very much expected. It seems to be some kind of a makeup bag, a blush duo, and of course, oh, there's a mascara as well. I did not even see that. And then there's a lip kit, which is a red lip, of course. I think it's really cute that the blush duo seems to be a little bit more of a coral peachy duo, because they've been doing a lot of like reds and pinks, so I think that's nice. The thing that surprised me is the palette. I said in last week's video that I thought that this was going to be their way of doing something a little bit more like classic glamour, because if you know Betty Boop, she wears a red lipstick and lashes, and instead they're very inspired, of course, by her iconic red dress, which makes sense. But I am still surprised that this is a very red palette. I thought that this was going to be something totally different. And with that said, I don't hate the palette. I honestly think the shades look beautiful. I mean, you can see what I'm wearing today. I love red eyeshadow. I love red makeup. I love a red monochromatic look when you're doing red eyeshadow and red lips. I think that's beautiful. But I did think this was going to be something else. I did think that this was going to be a neutral palette with maybe like a pop of red, and I thought that we were gonna do more like matte light shades, which were more in tune with the makeup looks that were worn at this time. But in true Glamlite fashion, it's very colorful, which again fits me. It fits me because I like colorful makeup, but I also think that there is a customer that would probably buy, like they're waiting for their perfect Glamlite palette. And I think a lot of customers look at Glamlite and they're like, oh, I would like to try Glamlite, but they're all so bright, they're all so colorful. Of course, we have that Hershey collection, but yeah, I thought this was going to be something else. I'm a little bit surprised. I would love to hear, are you surprised too about this one? And Glamlite did invite me and Heather Austin to attend their launch party, which is happening today. So like I said, as you're watching this, I'm probably either in LA or heading to LA. So I'm gonna be there during this weekend together with my bestie Heather Austin. It's gonna be amazing. I love hanging out with her. I love going to Glamlite parties, and I love being able to just do stuff. Even if it's work stuff, I love being able to do it with my friends. I love that my coworkers are my friends. So I am excited about this. Let me know, do you want to see a dedicated video? Do you want me to include it in like a get ready with me? Do you want me to do some shorts? Give some thoughts down below. I'm open for suggestions. I don't have this collection with me as I'm filming this, but I'm fairly sure I will be getting it in PR. And if I don't get it in PR, I will at least buy pieces of this collection for myself because I would like to try it out. Let's talk about the second thing that I bought, because I only think I bought, I didn't buy the Betty Boop, but if I don't get it in PR, I will. But I think I bought one or two things. No, I bought two things. Okay, I bought a perfume. Let's talk about that first, because this is something that I was head over heels excited about. Head over heels excited about. And this is a new fragrance from Kilian. And it is now available at Sephora as well. And that's actually where I bought mine. They have it in the big size and they have it in small size. I bought the small size because I want to try it out and see if this is as good as I think it's gonna be. Kilian used to have a fragrance that had Coca-Cola, or like a fizzy cola drink note in it, but they discontinued it, but now they have brought back a new fragrance with a fizzy Coke drink note. And I have a fragrance like that before, but it's amazing. One of my favorite fragrances in my collection, but it's very hard to get a hold of. It is a niche perfume for sure. And Kilian it is more of a niche perfume, but it's not that hard to get a hold of. I mean, it's sold at Sephora. So this is born to be unforgettable. And this is a warm and spicy fragrance. And I mean, Coke is it is a spicy, citrusy drink. If you didn't know, that's what's making the taste the way it is. So this is cola, cinnamon, cedarwood, and it is a mix between fizzy cola, cinnamon, and vanilla. And it also has citrus in it if you look at the notes described by the brand. I really hope that this is going to be as good as my other cola scent that is very citrusy and fresh and very true to a cola scent. I hope so much. I will of course let you know how I feel about this one in case you are interested. Maybe I'll even do a reel. I don't know. I've been really enjoying it's been fun. I filmed 6 short form things yesterday. Fun. I never thought I'd say I enjoy it, but I really do. I've found a way to enjoy it. I am so intrigued by this perfume, and it is unfortunately not reaching me before I'm able to. I was hoping it was going to come today, but they moved my delivery until tomorrow, so I won't be able to bring this to LA, which is a shame. I'll bring something else instead, of course, but I cannot wait. I cannot wait to try this one. I am so intrigued. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've tried a cola fragrance, because you might think first that it's a weird note to have in the fragrance, but literally one of the best. Literally one of the best. The second thing that I bought is that I actually did buy one of these new blushes from Juvia's place, because they released shimmery versions. It's super easy to make a shimmery blush. Literally just mix a liquid highlighter with a liquid non-shimmery blush. That's what I do all the time. I don't really do matte blushes. If you've ever really listened to the kind of makeup that I like, you know that I don't do a matte cheek. It's not my journey. I like a shimmery blush a lot. But this one is a BlushLighter, so I guess they already did the mixing, and I wanted to try it out. And the Juvia's Place blushes, I mean, it's a black-owned brand. The blushes are very pigmented. And I think I have 2 shades of the Juvia's Place blushes. And again, you can order from the site, and you can use a code. And my code with Juvia's Place is Angelica. Pretty much everywhere else is Angelica, but for one reason or another is Angelica, Juvia's Place. And I did buy it myself from the website. And they're a black-owned brand, and the products are very pigmented to show up on every skin tone. So definitely, if you have my skin tone or lighter, try to use less of the blush for sure. And the shades that I have in the matte blushes are pretty pigmented on my skin tone. So I actually think, if I'm not totally mistaken, I think I picked up the lightest shade just to see how does the lightest shade show up on a white person. So I did pick up one of the shades, and I'm fairly sure I picked up the lightest shade, or maybe the second to lightest, because it was a little bit hard on the website to see which were the lightest of the 2. I might have picked up, I'm not 100% sure, but I did pick up a light shade. I am excited. I am very, very excited. Which one did I get? Oh, maybe I can actually, my Juvia's Place is arriving today. Soft Tulip Glow. that tells you anything. I am sure these are going to launch at Ulta soon as well. Maybe they already did, as this is being short. I'm not 100% sure, but I will link them down below. I'm very excited about these. I really do like the Juvia's Place blushes. I think they are very good quality, easy to blend, pigmented, and just come in so many different colors at an affordable price. So I'm excited to try the shimmery version for sure. This is something that I'm intrigued by, but I feel like I'm a little bit in minority because not that many people are interested in R.E.M. Beauty, at least when I talk about it. I've heard that R.E.M. Beauty actually does, like, it's one of the celebrity brands that actually makes a good profit when you look at like numbers wise. I've read some articles, but it seems like people on social media are not that interested in it. But I like the products that I've tried from R.E.M. Beauty. Most of the things, except the pot concealer, it wasn't like made for my skin type really. I really like them. I thought they've been really, really good products, and it seems like they are coming out with powder blushes. What we see here is two bright pinks, a light pink and a dark pink. That's not really my color, but I will say R.E.M. Beauty usually comes out with a lot of shades. Like when they release something, they release a lot of like, just look at the shade range of their highlighters. I mean, they even have like a green highlighter. They have a lot of shades. So I'm very intrigued to see what this is going to be, and I will definitely try it out. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that I will try the powder blush from R.E.M. Beauty. I did mention the liquid foundation as a yearly favorite last year. It's a really, really good foundation. So I'm intrigued by this. I hope they come out with bronzers too. The Beauty Bay brand usually comes out with a Valentine's palette as well, and this year it's called Reckless Romance. I honestly think that this eyeshadow palette looks really pretty, and it reminds me of something, and I can't really put my finger on it, what palette it reminds me of, because it's like taupes and reds and raspberries, and it is a really pretty palette, but I decided against it, not because I didn't think it was pretty, or not because I don't like the Beauty Bay brand, because I actually think they do really, really nice palettes. I just weren't, it wasn't the perfect color story for me, because I can enjoy a cool tone palette, usually when it's a little bit more on the colorful side. And like, for example, like I can look at the ColourPop and Twilight palette and I can be like, this is a nice color story, even though it's not made for someone like me who loves warm tones more than cool tones. I can still look at it and be like, this is a well done palette. And I can look at this and I can be like, well, this is a well done palette, but I'd rather have something that's a little bit more warm toned if it's going to be something that's like a little bit more neutral leaning, let's say. So I don't dislike this color story at all. What does it remind me of? Tell me, which one does this remind me of? These are very affordable as well. It's $22. You can buy it from the Beauty Bay website. They do ship worldwide. Just, I feel like I have it on the tip of my tongue what this one reminds me of. At first I was thinking Natasha Denona Love palette, but this is way more muted than that one. Way more muted. Tell me what you see when you see this one. Because I can't really put my finger on it. But it's something. Ooh, that like tinted gel cream that we talked about last week from Kosas. I said that it was available, but then I looked at the website and they've actually taken it down again. So I guess they put it up by my mistake, but now it is available. And I am a little bit intrigued to try it out. It is a clean, well, I don't care about that, but it's a tinted gel cream that's a fresh take on a tinted moisturizer, and I love gel moisturizers, and if I can get a tinted gel moisturizer that actually sounds like something I would like, so I'm a little bit intrigued by it. It also has copper peptides in it, which is something that I've heard is really good for the skin. So like I said last week, I think I will pick this up, but I did say in last week's episode that it's already available, but I think that was a mistake by Kosas, but now it is available in case you were also interested in it. Also, there is a round 2 between Khaki and Finding Ferdinand. My package had a little bit of a detour, probably because I have an address change, so it took a couple of extra days to reach me, but I opened my package yesterday because I got it in late. Not yesterday night, but it must have been Tuesday night then that I got it in late, and yesterday I just worked too much, but I want to do something with this. It looks really pretty. I think the blushes from the first collection were probably more my speed because they're a little warmer and a little brown leaning. I love them, but the glosses in this collection look incredible. There is a cool tone brown in this collection that in the two, when I opened it, I literally went, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I will 1,000,000% bring that one to LA when I'm packing because I want to wear it because I feel like I'm gonna love it. I already feel like I'm gonna love it. And the formula of the blushes from Finding Ferdinand is very beautiful. They look very dewy and glossy on the skin, but then when you touch it, it doesn't feel sticky, which is a dewy formula that I like. I don't mind that it looks like a dewy, but I just don't want to touch the dewiness. So I actually feel like it's a really good formulation, and I'm excited to try it out for sure. Again, should I do like a try new makeup? Maybe I can buy that Kosas one. We can try it all together. Let me know what you think about that. Big congratulations to Kaki for doing a round 2. Round 1 was great, so I'm not surprised that they're doing another one. MAC has done something that part of me is like a little shocked that it's happening, but other part of me is like, wait, way to go, MAC, for being like, this is good, we can do better. Because I always talk about that when it comes to indie brands, that I appreciate brands that take something that's good and they're like, wait, we can make this even better, and then reformulate. Because that is what MAC has done with their classic matte lipsticks. So they have reformulated the classic bullet matte lipsticks. Honestly, they're iconic, and I don't hate saying like it takes some balls, because they're so fragile, like doesn't mean anything, but it takes some courage to reformulate something that is that iconic and just being like, listen, we can do better. I will say these pictures that I'm seeing here, don't sell me on them, because I feel like they look too shiny here to be a matte lipstick, but then I saw some other swatches of them and they look less shiny. So I myself did not pick any of these up. And it's mainly because I don't think I will be the best person to review them, because I do not have a single matte MAC lipstick left. So I can't really do any comparisons. So I'm going to leave that to people who actually has matte MAC lipsticks left. But sooner or later, I would want to try this formula out. But yeah, I'm intrigued because all the original like loved colors are here: Soar, Twig, Mare. They even have Candy Yum Yum, Diva, Sin, and they have some of those like Whirl, Teddy, Taupe. There is a, oh, Kinda Sexy is still here as well. Honey Love, like the popular ones are still here. So I'm intrigued to see how this reformulation is gonna go. Danessa Myricks is coming up with some new products that I'm actually very intrigued by. And these are more skincare meets makeup kind of products. And it is part of the Yummy Skin family. And I will say, I love a bunch of those things. And I am very excited about this. I think you can sign up to be notified on the Danessa Myricks website, but I am sure that they're coming soon as well. It says coming soon in February to the website and Sephora. These are heading our way. So this is a water powder serum, and that is the dropper thing that you're seeing here. It mattifies, blurs, smooths, and soothes skin. You can wear it alone or under makeup for all skin types. And since it says mattifying, I do think it's going to work for my combo skin as well, because I get very, very oily in my T-zone. It is apparently a very interesting texture that applies like water and vaporizes to a smooth powder. Very, very intriguing. The other one is the balm that looks almost like honey, and this is the Moisturizer Repair Balm, and it is a hydrating balm. The other one that she had before the balm, it's more of a mattifying primer slash tinted balm thingamajig, and this is a hydrating one that can be applied alone or under makeup, so it's more like a hydrating balm. That water powder serum I will 1,000,000,000% buy. There is no avoiding it, it's happening. There is also a new product coming from Haus Labs, and this is in the same packaging as her PhD lip, like the color changing glosses, or like lip oils, that's what they are. And every time I talk about them, people are saying they're actually called the pH bombs. No, they are called the PhD bombs, and I know that that's not the correct name. I know that the PhD is something else. I think they're trying to like, almost like, make them sound a little sciencey by making like a play on words. They are called the PhD, and these ones are called the PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze. And this is what all makeup products says. It basically, they're doing anything but solving world peace. This is first of its kind. Sure. First of its kind skincare infused lip plumping glaze with a burn-free This is interesting, and I got some tags from you saying like, oh, look at this, it's a burn-free lip plumper that plumps 2 weeks after continuous use. And it is a hydration of a lip oil, cushion of a balm, volumizing effect of a plumper, and high shine of a gloss. And I don't know if you remember this, way back I did a sponsorship and I used up actually the ones I have from We Makeup, an Italian brand, and they had the same thing. Basically, it's a lip plumper that doesn't sting, that makes your lips look more volumized over time. So first of its kind, no. I've seen this before. I tried this years ago from We Makeup, and that product was a really good product, which is the reason why I did a sponsorship with them. So I will try this, but it is not the first of its kind. I've heard about similar products like this before. They might have like a different formula though, but it's a peptide, collagen, prickly pear thingamajig, $26 each. It's coming February 7th, and I'll probably try it out. Did you think that like the squeezy tube lip plumper lip treatment thing was like something for the past, something for 2023? No, those were too popular in 2023 for more brands to not jump on that. And the next brand that's jumping on it is Tower 28, and they are doing a LipSoftie, a hydrated lip treatment. These are a non-sticky lip balm that basically is just a hydrating lip balm with some color. It comes in 4 different shades, I think. No, it says 5. Oh, one is a clear. My bad. 4 shades in the clear, and honestly they look really, really nice. Again, not against trying something like this. I think I have been like added to the Tower 28 PR list because I've been getting some of their things in PR. I think a bunch of their things are really, really nice, and I would be intrigued to trying something like this out, because I will say those squeezy things, a couple of them live in my different purses and I use them all the time. My favorite so far has been the Naturium one, and since we are talking about those squeezy tube things, Kylie Jenner, Kylie Cosmetics is also coming out with one. It's a lip butter and vanilla caramel. So this is a clear one. It is more like a lip balm in a tube. This is also coming February 7th. And I don't think that this one has, this is more like a lip treatment without a color, but I'm sure that this is not a stab in the wind, but I'm feeling the energy in the room, and I'm fairly sure that this is going to come out in more colors in the future. Watch this space. Another thing that has been really, really popular, and I'm not surprised that we're seeing even more, are under eye correctors. Who thought that that was going to be such an absolutely crazy popular thing that everybody was want to release? And this is from Jones Road, and it's called the Neutralizer Pencil. These are $25 off, and it is a corrector pencil, so it's like a concealer pen that you can sharpen. It looks interesting. I don't use correctors that much. First of all, I don't mind a little bit of my darkness showing through. I think it makes you look a little human. I kind of don't mind it. But when I have a lot and I really feel like, boy, I need to cover, I like the one from Huda Beauty that I bought. I thought that one was really good. I'm wondering, because a lot of people seem to agree that like, oh, the one from Becca was so good. And then Becca went under, and I'm wondering if a lot of brands was like, oh wait, a lot of people's favorite like holy grail product is being discontinued. We should work on our version. And then of course the under eye brightener went to Smashbox anyway, so Smashbox has the Becca under eye corrector. But I'm wondering if that is what happens, because I feel like the timeline would add up, because usually it takes about somewhere between a year to 2 years to like bring out a product, depending on how hard it is to formulate, of course, and how big the brand is. But there has been a lot of correctors. And here's another one. We talked about these last week, and now we have a more proper picture. And this, I'm so ready to buy these. These are from Fenty. This is the DemiGlow Light Diffusing Highlighters. This is more an actual picture of the product. Their new highlighters are more like a subtle glow highlighters from the information that I read about it last time. It's coming soon. It's coming to their website, to Sephora, to Ulta. I will always leave links to everything in the description box in case you're interested. So I am very, very excited to see. So they have a beaming highlighter, a glittery highlighter, and now a more subtle highlighter. For me, that makes perfect sense, and I cannot wait. Again, 1,000,000% will be picking this up. Adept Cosmetics is coming out with a new palette, and it's more of a neutral palette. This is called the Flying Fiddles palette, and it is launching Oh, I think it's launching today actually. You can use a code and you can get some money off. I picked up the last palette that they released, the one that was the alien inspired one. I actually really did enjoy that one. This isn't a color story that's perfect for me. I have been enjoying more neutrals. Not that I prefer neutrals over colors, but I like neutrals too. But for me, I will always prefer a matte neutral shadow over a shimmery neutral shadow, and Adept is very shimmer heavy palettes. So for me, this just isn't the perfect neutral palette because I would like something that has more mattes. So, and overall, I kind of wish all Adept palettes would just have like two more mattes, and I will be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I think the color story is pretty, and if you like a shimmer heavy palette and if you're into neutrals, it is a beautiful palette. I just know it's not something that I would be super excited about. Another brand that is releasing something new is Wicked Widow Beauty, and they're releasing something called Lovesick. When is this one being released? Oh, it's also releasing today. This is an 8-pan palette. It has like a plum, a purple, pinks. There is a mix of mattes and shimmers, which is something that I like. I think this one looks really cute. There's also, I think, a makeup bag and some glosses. Is it glosses? No, they're matte liquid lipsticks. My bad. I thought they looked like glosses, but I think that this looks like a really cute collection. I still have not tried this brand. I will at some point. I honestly will say that I think that this collection was really cute. Should I be picking this one up? I just don't know if I have time to review it, but this is probably one of the cutest palettes that I've seen from the brand. I think it looks really beautiful. The poofy makeup is not going anywhere. Now all the drugstore brands wants to do this as well. We've seen e.l.f., Milani, everyone's doing it. I'm surprised NYX has not done it yet. I guess it's coming later this year, but now Essence is doing some of these poofy things. They're doing liquid blush and liquid highlighter. You see 3 shades here, but I did see that they had more shades of the highlighter available. In classic Essence way, I'm fairly sure that these are available. Yeah, the blushes are 4 shades and the highlighters are 3 shades. And I'm sure that these are going to be really affordable. Oh, they're only available in Europe so far. I'm sure they're coming to US soon. Usually, I mean, Essence is a German brand, so it makes sense that they're launching in Europe first, but I'm not surprised to see this. I will say some of the more affordable ones of these have not been the best formula. I thought the e.l.f. ones had a good formula, not my favorite, but a good formula. I didn't like the packaging of the e.l.f. ones though. Same with the Milani ones. I didn't like the packaging. I think that, oh, did you see me do the video about new drugstore makeup? The new ones from Flower Beauty, the blushes without shimmer, that formula was good. Didn't love their highlighter version, but the blush, that one was really nice. That was a really good one. I don't know if I mentioned a sneak peek about this or not, but it's apparently finally available. The pre-order is open for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lunar New Year highlighter. I think that this looks really beautiful, and I'm fairly sure that this is the first time that the brand has done something like this, right? I don't think that the brand has done a Lunar New Year thing before. It is the year of the dragon, and they're coming out with this pretty beautiful embossing of a dragon in a red compact, and this is a glow seeker highlighter, and I don't know if this is a new shade or not. It doesn't see, it says pearl. I have not heard about that shade before, so it actually might be a new shade. It seems to be almost like a peachy champagne. It looks really beautiful. I don't need this, but I think it's cool. I don't mind brands doing makeup for special occasions. I think that's amazing. I'm just happy to see that they're doing like an actual good product in a good packaging with a good embossing and a good not just repackaging something already existing. I'm looking at you, Pat McGrath. There's also a new highlighter from Iconic London, and Iconic London does really good glow products. This one is available at Sephora because I saw it there. This is called the Lit and Luminous Baked Highlighter. It's a champagne toned highlighter powder that brightens your complexion for an instant and diffused and gorgeous glow. It says it is a pressed powder, but it is a baked formula, and it does include a couple of oils, so it probably glides over the skin. It is a very weird concept to only be releasing one color. It says it does it all, but like, does it do it all for everyone? Your hero highlighter housed in a cube compact. I mean, they are showing it on different complexions. Yeah, they're all showing it on a darker complexion as well. Sometimes a product can work for a lot of different skin tones if it has a transparent base, and I'm guessing that is what this one has. But even that, the models that they're showing this on, it's not the darkest shade. And I think that if you really want to show that this works on everyone, you need to show it not on someone that's not the darkest and not the lightest, because they're showing it on like medium skin models and someone that's like maybe tan dark. You need to show it on someone that's fair and someone that is deep, because there are no true universal products. They could have come up with 2 shades then. If it is truly a transparent base, it can really stretch over like 3-4 different skin tones, but it won't stretch over all skin tones. So maybe 2 shades at least if it truly is a product that works on a lot of skin tones, because it can be, but not all skin tones. Like, can we get 2 shades? Or maybe I'm saying something about this product without trying it. I don't know. I would be really interested in seeing this product on someone of a really deep complexion and someone of a really light complexion. That would be interesting. So I am seeing some models on their page that does have, like, this is what I'm talking about. It's definitely different complexions, but I'm wondering how this is going to look on someone that has a deep skin. Let me know what you think about this. I would love to hear your thoughts for sure. Spectrum Collection pretty much does as many Disney collabs as Glamlite does collabs. And they're doing another Disney collab, and it is with the Lady and the Tramp. And they are doing some makeup poofs, a makeup bag, and of course some brushes. I think this looks really, really cute. Lady and the Tramp is not one of my favorite Disney movies. And honestly, I myself buy brushes for utility, and I mean, honestly, right now I don't buy any brushes at all, because I do own my own brand that have makeup brushes, and if I want a brush that I don't make, I'll just make it for the future, honestly. But I think this is really cute, and what I wanted to say about this, and I'm excited to see more collabs with even Disney movies that don't usually get collabs. And I mean, I'm not gonna be all high and mighty and be like, oh, I don't want to buy a collab. You do a Emperor's New Groove collab, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I'll buy the brush set. I'll buy the whole thing, the whole shebang. You do that, I'll be waving my debit card in the back, being like, take my money. So I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't want to buy a collab. Oh, I will. If it's the right collab, I will. I want to end with talking about this one. This is from Armani Beauty, and this is new shades in their Ultra Velvet Matte. And let me tell you, these shades look delicious. It is an orange, a reddish brown, a beige, and almost like a warm pink. They look delicious. Who's ever doing the shades over at Armani Beauty, these are kind of muted shades. I mean, they're colorful, but they're not in your face bright, and they're not weird enough so that you wouldn't wear them, but they're still innovative and fun, and shades that I don't think we see everywhere. Whoever's doing these shades, they look great. I mean, pink is not for me, but the other 3 shades look amazing. So I am very, very intrigued. These should already be released. This is one of those things that I'm like, oh, I want to see these in stores so bad. Because of that orange and that muted red, if they swatch deliciously, I will be the easiest one in the world to convince. Because I love me a good muted, wearable, but unique shade. Also, actually, before we end, maybe we should just touch on the fact that Adept Cosmetics has changed their logo, which usually means that she's coming up with something new. I feel like she did put something about the new logo. Let me actually read that, because she did change her logo. What did she say about it? I can't find it right now, which means that it was probably on the story. So I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit, but I'm fairly sure she said that she is coming up with something new. It's gonna be a product that she hasn't done before, and it is not an eyeshadow palette. I think I'm remembering this correctly, so I'm guessing lip glosses, single highlighters, eyeshadow bases, liquid liners. Like there's so many things that this could be. So I'm very excited to see what this is. We will for sure be talking more about this when we know more, which I'm guessing is gonna be next week. I love Adept Cosmetics. I love Maggie, and I cannot wait to see what she has coming, because she really has an eye for not only color but also quality. So I cannot wait to see that. So let me scooch back. And we can finish this up. So I will say there's a couple of things that I am super excited to be trying out. I feel like brands are Am I correct in saying this? This is Angie thoughts. Let me know if you feel the same. I feel like the beginning of the year is when brands come out with stuff that is not like eyeshadow palettes, not like necessarily color cosmetics. They come out with new highlighters and new bronzers and blushes and lip products and foundations and concealers, just new like products. Usually a lot of my favorite products of the year that is not eyeshadow palettes come out in the beginning of the year. And then I just fall even more in love with them throughout the year. And then we start seeing more color cosmetics the further we come into the year. And then I feel like the last like months of the year is just a barrage of color cosmetics, like eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that. So let me know if you think that I am somewhat correct in that, because that's how it feels. Because I feel like some of my favorite products that came out, like I said, for last year, definitely came in the beginning of the year, I would say. But I hope you're having an amazing Friday. Remember, my member exclusive tutorial is coming hopefully tomorrow. So if it doesn't come on Saturday, it's definitely coming on Sunday. Thank you again for being here and for watching until the very end. That is definitely the best free way to support a content creator, is to watch their content all the way to the end. And of course, if you like it, you can leave a thumbs up or a comment down below. I will see you on Monday for a new video. Bye.